The new PhoenixRudder is an end-of-season stamina variant to a fan-favorite Beyblade in Phoenix Wing. But the question is a complete type change as well as a major redesign kind of ruin the Phoenix energy, or could it stand up on its own? In this video, we're going to be looking at the new UX-07 PhoenixRudder Deck set and trying to answer the question of, is it good, is it bad, and is it worth your money? Taking a look at the box, there's not really anything super special. It's very typical, simple, minimal Beyblade X box design. On the front, you can see PhoenixRudder, of course, as well as the other two bays that are in this deck set, Sphinx cowl and Wyvern gale. You can also see the three bays on the top of the box as well. And on the back, you can see an entire stat breakdown for all the different parts, if the Takara Tomy stats actually matter to you. We also see a picture of Burn on the back as well, or Blaze, or whatever the dub name is. So now let's go ahead and dive straight into the box and look at one of the three bays that are included in this deck set. And the first one we're going to look at is the blue Sphinx cowl. Sphinx cowl, originally released in the Takara Tomy Random Booster Select. Not one of my favorite bays, that's for sure. I don't really like battling with it. It's not really a lot of fun to use. The part combo here is pretty interesting as well. For the ratchet, we have 180. I would have preferred to have seen 160 or just a different ratchet entirely. 180 just isn't really my favorite. And for the bits, we have a blue recolor of Gear Flat. Gear Flat is super exciting and it's super fun to use, although it's definitely not the best attack bit out there, mainly because its stamina just isn't really great. This video is sponsored by Mall of Toys. If you guys want to get PhoenixRudder or the new Leon Crest, they're going to be one of the best places for it. And they also have the new Whale Wave Beyblade up for pre-order right now. So go and check out Mall of Toys, links in the description down below, and make sure you use code ilinnuc to get you 5% off. Next up, we have the black, white, and red recolor of Wyvern gale. And let's just go ahead and talk about the parts first. For the bits, we have a black recolor of Spike. Spike is not a great bit at all. In fact, I think it's probably one of the worst bits in the entire game. Getting it in the black color is kind of cool though. I guess it's good for combos, although are you going to be making combos using Spike? Spike originally released on Rhino Horn, and that's pretty much all you need to know. For the ratchet, we have a black and silver recolor of 260. I'm a pretty big fan of the way 260 looks, especially with this really nice recolor, although 260 is pretty burst prone because the protrusions are just really large, really easy to target and cause your bay to burst. Really nice color scheme though. And then finally, we have the blade itself with Wyvern gale and a pretty nice red, white, black, and gray kind of monochromatic color scheme that does look really good. Although, just like Sphinx cowl, Wyvern gale is not one of my favorite Beyblades. It originally released in a random booster in kind of a green color, and I like the way this one looks more, so if you don't have Wyvern gale, this is going to be a pretty good pickup. I'm just not personally a big fan of it. At this point in the video, you're probably thinking I'm being really negative on everything that's in this set, which is kind of true, but now let's move on to something I actually really like with PhoenixRudder. PhoenixRudder is sick, from its color scheme and aesthetics all the way to its actual performance. But let's go ahead and look at the parts first, starting with Glide. Glide is a brand new part in Beyblade X, and it's also only the second time that Takara Tomy has done two different materials on a bit. We had metal with metal needle, and now we have super slick POM with Glide. POM plastic is distinct from the standard plastic Takara Tomy uses in that it has less friction, leading to more stamina. But the trade-off is that while it has less friction and more stamina, that also means it could be kind of thrown around the stadium a little bit more, potentially leading to more KOs or extreme finishes. It's still a little bit too early to tell, but at this point, Glide could actually be a really powerful piece in the Beyblade meta because of its high stamina potential, although it being locked down in a Phoenix set kind of makes it the new version of Rush, where everybody likes it, but it's just kind of hard to get. Next up, we have the Ratchet with 970, and I actually like this piece quite a bit. 960 from Phoenix Wing was already one of the most powerful ratchets in the entire game, and it still is because of the fact it's so small and just really round. So it's going to make your bay less burst prone. So 970 is going to be basically the exact same, just kind of a little bit taller, I guess. This might be a bit of a hot take, but I really don't think there is that big of a difference between 60 and 70, or at least not enough that it's going to be game-changing for your combo. So 970 here is nice, and I do like the color scheme. It's kind of a pink color versus Phoenix Wing's red, and that's something that I see with PhoenixRudder in general, is that it's red and kind of pink versus Phoenix Wing being red and yellow. But before we start comparing the two together, let's actually take a look at the blade with PhoenixRudder. And first of all, the design here is amazing. I love the elegant and seamless kind of bird feather design it has going on. I love that the metal coat returned, which some people may not like. Some people don't like when bays are painted because it scrapes off during battle, but I don't really think it's a big problem. And I also really like the color scheme. Like I said earlier, PhoenixRudder is different from Phoenix Wing in that it's more of a red and pink mixture, just varying shades of pink, versus Phoenix Wing being more red and yellow, kind of making an orange color whenever it's spinning. So even though the paint colors from PhoenixRudder and Phoenix Wing are the same, because they have a different kind of secondary color, it makes it look really unique. So whenever you put the entire combo together, the bay just looks really nice. The contrast from the orange to the pink is kind of interesting. Some people may not like it, but I think it's fine. And you can also really see how the Beyblade X system is slowly but surely developing and getting more and more intricate as time goes on. We do have to discuss the elephant in the room, and that's the fact that PhoenixRudder is a stamina type, and Phoenix Wing was an attack. And not only was Phoenix Wing an attack type, it was the best attack type, and it really still is. Wing was especially groundbreaking at the time because the blade weighed around 38 grams, making it by far the heaviest easily accessible X-Bay besides like Cobalt Drake. So Rudder definitely has some pretty heavy boots to fill. Whenever I weighed my rudder blade, it was around 34.8 grams. I will say I did weigh it later and it weighed 35, so maybe that's just an error with my scale. And 35 grams for a pretty round stamina type is pretty solid, but it's not 38. And obviously we don't want a really round defense slash stamina oriented blade to be that heavy. That would just be insane. But people are going to just compare numbers and they're going to see that Phoenix Wing weighs They're going to see that Phoenix Wing weighs so much more than PhoenixRudder, and they might think it's disappointing because of that, but I really don't think so. But that's enough yapping. Let's go to the test battles to see if PhoenixRudder in its stock combo is really all that good. All right, here we go. We have PhoenixRudder. The last time we're going to see it with perfect paint, so say your goodbyes. Here we go. Sphinx cowl. Oh my god. All right. I mean, Sphinx cowl is not the biggest hitter, but there you go. The speed. Oh, well, that was lame. Okay. Okay, Glide is kind of chilling out right now. Oh. Okay, yeah, Sphinx is just, it can't do anything. Can't do anything. Let it rip. Oh! Good shots from Sphinx, but Phoenix stays in the stadium. It's gonna come down to stamina. Phoenix is a stamina type. Okay, well, yeah, that's 4-0 undefeated against Sphinx. Now let's put PhoenixRudder up against Wyvern Gale. Let it rip. Wow. Wow. Okay. It went into the pocket and then it burst. Just done. Over and out. As always, if you guys want to use 2 bays at one time, check out the launcher link by Noozle3D. I'll have a link in the description down below, and you can use code ilinnuc to get 10% off. Here we go. Good little taps, nothing major. Wyvern on spike is holding pretty strong here. Oh, okay, lost its balance a little bit, and Wyvern Gale is done. Now finally, we're gonna put PhoenixRudder up against the previous Phoenix in Phoenix Wing, one of, if not the best attack blade in the entire game. Good strikes from Phoenix Wing. Holy. Saw even an X dash from Rudder. And Rudder is going to take that win. Oh! Oh! Kind of a self KO there. Rudder extreme finished itself. Oh! What? It just flew out! It flew between my legs. I wish there was a second camera that could have recorded that, but it went between my legs. Just, I barely avoided disaster. Oh, man. Oh my God. Crazy strikes there from Phoenix. And this is Phoenix Wing stock. It does not have a competitive bit on there. If you were to put point, maybe, it would be even better. And here is the post-damage report. Just the battles you've seen. There's definitely some chips out of there. So, man, kind of unfortunate. So what did you guys think of the battles? Overall, I think PhoenixRudder did really well. I mean, especially up against the not super great bays that were included in the deck set, but the glide bits, I think, has a lot of potential for the meta. 970, I think, is going to be pretty top tier, just like 960 was. And then the PhoenixRudder blade, while it's not proven just yet, and it'll take a little while to kind of figure out good combos for it, I'm pretty confident in its usage in the meta, and I don't really think it's going to be a C or F tier. Is it going to be the best blade out there like Phoenix Wing was whenever it came out? No, I don't think so. But if you get rid of that Phoenix Wing comparison, it really does stand up on its own. But that is going to wrap up the video. If you liked it, hit the like button down below and hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation. I will see you in the next one. Have fun and bay away.